Sullivan. Deputy Dunn.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'm totally committed to democracy and parliamentary democracy, and I'm always conscious as a woman of the rights that I have because I live in a democracy that so many women and girls throughout the world don't. So I am in agreement with that we have greater efficiency in our parliamentary democracy. The agreed programme for government set out certain reforms. Now, I just think that decreasing the number of TDs and the number of constituencies without addressing the work of the TDs is only window dressing. Just increasing hours and days in themselves is not going to bring about a greater efficiency unless you tackle where the source of the inefficiency is in the first place. Now, looking at the committees, it was seen as a reform to increase the size of the committees' wider agendas. But we all know that smaller committees, narrower agendas work much better. So it would be interesting to see how this new plan for strategic, sectoral and thematic committees work. I can imagine the pressure on the 4 strategic and the vying for places on that, but I hope that it will be done with the chairs and the vice chairs done very fairly. We saw that part of the measures to improve the process was to increase the time available to debate in standard sitting week, and that this would see a reduction in the number of guillotines. Now, I know we can't talk forever on a particular topic, but what we have seen is an increase in the number of guillotines. We don't get the direct engagement and proper debate with the ministers except at the topical issue time, where there is a chance to go through issues. And I would like to see more of that, rather than the system where we come in here and people can have 20 minutes to talk and they read from a paper and there's no direct engagement and you're told that you can't interrupt. I can't see how that makes the system efficient. The system is totally weighted against independence, and whether the Dáil and this place and the powers that be like it or not, there are 19 independent TDs, 16 of whom are allied to the technical group, and I think the standing orders has to keep up with the democratic will of the people. I don't know where we come on the pecking order, but it's very far down, if at all, at some stages. When it comes to leaders' questions, why can't the clock be used at that time so it can ensure that everybody has an equal amount of time at leaders' questions? On standing orders, my view of them is that they're there to enable and assist parliamentary democracy to work efficiently, effectively and fairly. Can I just make one point about the language in standing orders? It's the most archaic, convoluted language. Could we not have it in simple sentences, a subject, a predicate and an object in each of the sentences? I have no problem sitting every second Friday, provided is productive, and it doesn't descend into what parliamentary debate here at the moment is, just slagging matches, and it's vicious, and this morning was a perfect example of that. My final point, we're talking about greater engagement with civil society in the pre-legislative stage. We are denying civil society the opportunity to come in and use the AV room. I can't understand where that's coming from. I was with a disability group yesterday. They now cannot come in and meet their TDs in here, in a place that is wheelchair accessible and where they don't have to pay any charge.
Thank you.
That's not
Call your colleague now, Stephen